This is My Immortal, a fanfiction. Chapter 1. AN, colon. Special thanks, bracket, get it? 'Cause I'm gothic, end bracket, to my GF. Ew, not in that way. Raven, comma, Buddy Tears 666 for helping me with that story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair, that's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. AN. If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Jared Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony!" shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. "Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. AN, colon. Is it good? Please tell me thanks. Chapter 2. AN, colon. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with that chapter. BTW preps, stop framing my story, okay? X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend, Willow, AN, Raven, this is you, woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long, waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so? I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked. as we went out of the slithering common room and into the great hall. "No, I so fucking don't," I shouted. "Yeah, right," she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. "Hi," he said. "Hi," I replied flirtily. "Guess what?" he said. "What?" I asked. "Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade," he told me. "Oh my fucking god!" I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band besides MCR. "Well, do you want to go with me?" he asked. I gasped. Chapter 3. AN. Stop flamming that story, preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people, PPL, for that good reviews. Thanks again, Agen, Raven. Oh yeah, BTW, I don't own this or that lyrics for Good Charlotte. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini-dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. AN. A lot for cool boys, were it okay. "Hi, Draco," I said in a depressed voice. "Hi, Ebony," he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mum. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. Comma. Fuck it. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joe is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me all protective. Really, I said. Besides, I don't even know Joe, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Chapter 4 A.N. Said stop flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Enobi, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X. Draco! I shouted. What the fuck do you think you are doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony? He asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contrasts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Oh! 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 I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. Oh God, what the fuck? fuck is this? Oh god. I'm sorry, Quips. I can't keep my composure at this point. Okay. Chapter 5. A.N. Stop flaming. If you flam, it means you're a prep or a POSR. The only reason Dumbledore swore is cause he had a headache, okay, and on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. "You ludicrous fools!" he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. "They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest!" he yelled in a furious voice. "Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces?" asked Professor McGonagall. "How dare you?" demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, "Because I love her!" Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, "Fine. Very well. You may go up to your rooms." Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. "Are you okay, Ebony?" Draco asked me gently. "Yeah, I guess," I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing "I Just Want to Live" by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room. Chapter 6. A.N. Shit up, Freps, okay. P.S. W not update up till you give me good levels. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray-painted my hair with purple. In the great hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. "Bastard!" I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up because I was looking into the white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joe Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl so I didn't get one, you sicko. The fuck? I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah! I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Chapter 7. Bring Me to Life. A.N. colon. Well, okay, you guys, I'm only writing this cause I got 5 good reviews. BTW, I won't write the NXT chapter till I get 10 good bonds. God bonds. Stole flaming or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist. And she has problems. She's depressed for God's sake. X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X Z X X X X X X X. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. A.N. See, does that sound like a Marusu to you? Question mark. I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyways, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine, and we had sex! Bracket. C, is that stupid? Question mark. End bracket. Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire! I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot! I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway! I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled. Okay. Chapter 8. A.N. Go on. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long waist-length Gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Bracket. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. End bracket. What is it you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco! I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire, I'm bi and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right! Fuck off, you bastard! I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest, where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. Chapter 9. N. Bracket. Go on. Stop flaming, okay? I DNTN read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Bizudius, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't like lick L-I-K Harry now is cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a suddenly, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort! No! I shouted in a scared voice. But then Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off of his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony! He yelled. Thou must kill Vampire Potter! I thought about Vampire and his sex-set eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joe Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort! I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please! I begged. Thou must! He yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco! How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you are so retarded look on his face. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joe Madden and Jared Way. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together, making out. Chapter 10. A.N. Go on. Stop it, you gay fags. If you do not like my story, then F-U-K-K off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after owl, and she and vampire are evil. That's why they mobbed houses, okay? X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset. Went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, bracket, although we call him Diablo now, he has black hair now with blue streaks in it, end bracket, and Hagrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a C-O-R-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. And then I said, well, Voldemort came, and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice, even if you did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco! I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking poser muggle bitch? See, is that out of character? That out of character? Question mark. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't cause he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. Bracket. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was very upset, and you will see why. End bracket. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Chapter 11. A.N. Go on. I said stop flaming up preps. See, if this chapter is Suitepee 11111, it deals with really LY Swiss issues. SPC4 yourself if it's stupid. BRW thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room cause he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandally. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out of the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me and he was taking a videotape of me. And Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Ew! You fucking pervs! Stop looking at me naked! Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand and suddenly... Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, Everyone, we need to talk. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student. Hagrid paused angrily. But I am also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any! I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. What kind of fucking word is that? Serious, what the fuck? For fuck's sake, what the fuck am I reading? So anyway, carry on. How the weeping is. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked or unhappy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic? Snap asked in a little afraid voice, cause he was Afra-ind. It meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her! Chapter 12. A.N. Colon. Stop F-owing, A-ing. Okay, Hagrid is a pedo to a lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know, Snap? He ain't Christian, plus Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife that Drago had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No! I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. OMFG! No! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage! Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office, now recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Harrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered, cause they were pedophiles, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the Sidio camera they took of me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. Anobi, I need to tell you something, he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. No, Anobi, Hagrid says. Those are not roses. What? Are they goths too, you poser prep? I asked cause I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton P- video made from your shower scene and being wooed by Snap and Lupin. Who masturbated? See, is that spelled wrong? To it, he added silently. Whatever! I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. These aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song. I corrected him wisely. I know, I was just warming up my vocal cordes. Then he screamed, Patelus Morango mi clemesi romantio. Bracket. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven, I love you girl. Noto Okayo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air. And it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. What the WTF is Draco? Hagrid rolled his eyes. Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Enobi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. To see WHT is Enda FLMez. Ha ha! You review RS flames, get it? You MST find yourself first, okay? I have found myself, okay, you mean old man! Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you off, you piece of shit. Fuck off. Making that kind of reference. Screw you! Bracket. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You want kawaii, girl? Bloody Mary said sadly. Thanks. Get it? You do too. I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi, back, I said in a said way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes so much like Draco's. Then, we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Stop it now, you horny simpletons! Shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker! I said, slapping him. Psh! Stop trying to screw me! You know I love Draco! I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream. OMFG! No! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X. Has this become Groundhog Day or something suddenly? Why is she repeating the same thing from the last chapter? Anyway, special thanks to Raven, my Gothic's blood sister. W2F, you are supposed to write this. 1111111111. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater eye? Chapter 13. A.N. : Raven, thanks for helping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster of Jared, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Prep, stop flame IGNing. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX We were so scared. Dumbledore! Dumbledore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco! We shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't! We need to save Draco! We begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. A.N. Don't you thick gay guys are like so hot. It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly, we were in Voldy Peyote's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Abracadabra! It was Voldemort's. Chapter 14. A.N. : Fuck off preps, okay? Raven, thanks for helping Agent. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed, and I had to go to the hospital cause I slit more wrists. P.S. I'm not updating till you give me 10 God revels. Warning! Some of this chapter is extremely scary. Viewer discretion advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snake Tail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran in front of Snake Tail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps! He shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. Then suddenly he looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Everybody out with you, will you have sex with me? He said. Bracket. In this, he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? End bracket. Huh? I asked. Enobi, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my BF and then you expect me to fuck you? God, you are so fucked up, you fucking bastard! I said angrily. Then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. No! He screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what are you about doing? Cried Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clacking to us. So we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. There I started crying. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a six-pack. Bracket. Get it? 'Cause he's so sexy. End bracket. And a really huge you-know-what and everything. It's so unfair, I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Bloody Mary, because she's not ugly or anything? Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They are such fucking sluts, answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me, like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me, and now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why couldn't Satyr make me less beautiful? I sighed angrily. Bracket. And speech mark. Don't worry, Anobi isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. End bracket. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking guess! Ah! I shouted, and then I ran away. Chapter 15. AN, go on. Stop flaming, okay? BTW, you suck. From now on, every Tim someone flams me, I'm gonna slit my wrists in a Z. Thanks to Raven for HLPAN XXXXXXXXXXXXX 666 XXXXXXXXXXXXX. Ebony, shouted Draco sadly. No, please, come back. But I was too mad. Whatever, now you can go have sex with vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black drawer with my blood-red key. It had a picture of Merlin Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short, ripped black gothic dress that said Anarchy on the front in blood-red letters and was all ripped and a spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood-red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly, the guitar turned to Draco. Anobi, I love you, he shouted sadly. I don't care what those fucker preps and posers think. You are the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I fucking love you. Then he started to sing the Chronicles of Life and Death. Bracket. We considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. End bracket. Right in front of the entire class. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Jared, Joel, Chester, Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. AN, colon. Don't you think those guys are so hot? If you do not know who they are, get the fuck out odd HR. Oh, MFG, I said after he was finished. Some fucking prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle fingers, that were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Draco's now, at them. I love you, I said, and then we started to kiss just like Hilary Duff. Bracket. I fucking hate that bitch, end bracket. And CMM in a Cinderella story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked, and then we went together. Chapter 16. A-N, go on. You know what? Suit up, okay? Prove to me you not preps. Raven, you suck, you fucking bish. Gimme back my fuckagin. Swit it, your subsid to write this. Raven, WTF, you bish, your sub OSD to do this. BTW, thanks to Britney5655 for teaching me Japanese. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR were there playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter because I knew that we were the only true ones for each other. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we started moshing to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. What the fuck, Draco? I'm not going to a concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time. Even if it's MCR, and you know how much I lick them. What? 'Cause we know he gadgeted uncomfortably, 'cause guys don't like to talk about you-know-what. Yeah, 'cause we know, I yielded in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. Oh, MFG, what the fuck? Oh, WTF, are you giving it to the mainstream? I asked. So I guess you're a prep, you are a prep or a Christina or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shooted angrily. Inobi, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by GC to me. I was flattened, 'cause that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics just for me. Okay then, I guess I will have to, I said, and when we Frenched for a while and I went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. Hajime Mashita girl, she said happily. Bracket. She speaks Japanese, so do I. That means, how do you do in Japanese? End bracket. BTW, Willow, that fucking poser got exposed. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. AN : Raven, you fucking suck. Fuck you. End bracket. It serves that fucking bitch right. I laughed angrily. Well, anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like Das Nightmare Before Xmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii! Buddy Mare shook her head energetically, lethally. Oh yeah, I have a confession. After she got exposed, I murdered her, and then Lupin did hit with her, 'cause he's a NEC-philac. Kawaii! I commentedly happily. We talked to each other in silence for da rest uvi da movie.
Oh, hey, BTW, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Oaksmead with MCR,
I said.
I need to wear like the hot set outfit Eva.
Bloody Mary nodded enragedly. Oh, MFG, totally, let's go shopping.
In Hot Topic, right?
I asked, already getting out my SPHO Hot Topic loyalty card.
No.
My head snapped up.
What?
My head spun. I could not breathe it.
Bloody Mary, are you a prep?
No, she laughed.
I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them?
I asked sure it would be Draco or Diablo or Vampire. Bracket, don't even say that! Nam to me. Or me.
Dumbledore,
she said.
Let me just call our Brums. OMFFG, Dumbledore,
I asked quietly.
Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk,
she told me.
Come on, let's go.
We were going in a few punk goth stores, specially for the concerts in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was OMG hotter than Gerard, upset not, 'cause that's impossible. And he gave me a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths.
The real goths?
Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many posers there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Rupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera.
OMFG, no, they're gonna spy on me again,
I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out and a very well cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said.
Yeah, it looks totally hot,
said Bloody Mary.
You know what, I am gonna give it...
Oh, sorry. You know what, I am gonna give it to you free, 'cause you look really hot in that UT fit. Hey, are you gonna be at the concert tonight? He asked.
Yeah, I am actually.
I looked back at him.
Hey, BTW, my name's Ebondi Darkness Dementia Tara. Way, what's yours?
Tom Rid, he said, and ran a hand through his black-dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight.
Yeah, but I don't think so, 'cause I am going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv!
I yelled angrily. But before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew in on his black broom, looking worried. OMFG, Bondi, you need not get back into the castle now. Chapter 17. AN, colon. I said stop FLMing das Stoero. If you're a prep, then do not read it. You can tell whether you are a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you are not, then you rock. If you are, then fuck oof. PZ. Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I'll promise to give you back your poster. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us with makeup if he wanted, 'cause he was very into fashion and stuff. Brackets. He's bisexual. End bracket. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts.
What the fuck, Hagrid?
I shouted angrily.
Fuck off, you foot-chucking bastard!
Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily.
Hey, bitch, you were kawaii,
he said.
Yeah, but not as kawaii as you,
I answered sadly because Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood red lace on it and a black blood red miniskirt, other fishnets and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was fit enough to be anorexic.
So are you going to that concert with Draco?
She asked.
Yeah,
I said happily.
I'm gong with Diablo.
She answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diablo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell they FHT we were hot too. Diablo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of makeup, Jews like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from Da Warped Tower. Bloody Mart was going to that concert with Dracola. Dracola used to be called Naval, but it turned out that she was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. Gee, where have I heard that before? Oh, like every single fucking character's backstory at this point. They died in a car crash. Naval converted to Satanism and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans and shoes, and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway, we all went to Draco's black Mercy-Benz, bracket, get it, cause we're GPFFIK, bracket, that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke, and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gaped. Gerard was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and he had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to Helena and some other songs. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the other members. I gasped. It wasn't Gerard at all. It was an ugly preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. Didn't we just... Oh, whatever. Who cares? This fucking office sucks. You moronic idiots! He shouted angstily. NLB, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed, and now I shall kill thou and Draco.
No, please.
We begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shotted a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore! Chapter 18 AN : I said stop flamming! If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. And you're not a prep. Thanks for my suitor. P.S. The older Esson Dumbledore swore is cause he trained to be gothic, so there. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood bed lipstick, and a black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a school belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the school, bracket, get it, school, cause I'm gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black NCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you fold see that there was pink pant underneath the black pant. And there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. WTF! I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long graphic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in cause they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation, and he had dyed his hair, as in the animal, black. Dumbledore! Question mark, one exclamation mark. We all gasped.
What the fuck?
I shouted angrily.
I thought he was just wearing out to scare Voldemort.
Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we goths just looked at each other all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was! Exclamation mark 1. By the way, you can call me Albert. He called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser! Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way, bracket. Get it? Way like Gerard, end bracket. But I didn't say anything.
I bet he's having a midlife crisis,
Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. AN colon. Please stop framing that story if you do your fucking prep and end your jadaus. Okay, 1-1. From knock on, I'm going to dealt your men revows. 1-1-1. BTW evonded a poor blood, so there. Thanks to Raven for that help. 1-1. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to, the MCR concert. It had been postponed, so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was and he got all mad me and started crying all hot and angsty. Bracket. RNT sense it ITV by guys so hot end bracket. No one fucking understands me, one. He shouted angrily as his black hair, the animal, went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joe in Boulevard of Balkan Dreams. He was wearing black baggy paints, a black MCR t-shirt and a black dye. Bracket. Get it? Instead of tie, cause I'm gothic. End bracket. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it, a black leather mini, black high-held boots, and a cross belly thing. My hair was all up in a messy, very high bun like Amy Lee in Gong Under. Bracket. Email me if you want to see that pic. End bracket.
Excuse me, what about me?
I growled. But, he grunted.
You fucking bastard!
I moaned. No, wait, it's not like it fucking looks like, he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily. Cring. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces. How do you say F-E-C-S? Like Benji in the video for Girls and Boys. Bracket. Raven, that is so our video. End bracket. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly, Hagrid came. He had appearated.
You gave me a fucking shock!
I shouted angrily, dropping my pot.
WTF do you think you're doing in that girl's room?
Only it wasn't just Hagrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second I wanted it to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert?
You know who MCR are!
I gasped. No, I just saw that there was a concert that a lot of goths and pun-X were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Chapter 20, AN, colon. I said I did not want K-E-R what you think. Stuff performing okay, preps. 1. Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh yeah, BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and got black gothic compact boots. MCR were gong to do the concert again, since Volksamort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrist while I moshed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to Fang You for Da Venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but sacredly I hopped inside that it was Draco, so we could do it again.
What the fucking hell are you doing?
I shouted angrily. It was Lupin.
Are you gonna come rape me or what?
I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around him and Snap, since he was a pedo. No, at Shelley, bracket, get it, hell, unbracket, can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. So I growled angrily.
Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old old girlfriend, huh?
I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, gong away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it, and Dobby was watching. One.
Oh my god, you ludicrous idiots!
They both shooted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up though. Normally I would have Ben turned on, bracket, I love seeing guys do it, end bracket, but both of them were fucking preps, bracket, BTW Snake is moved to Gryffindor now, end bracket.
What, WTF, is that why you wanted condoms?
I asked sadistically, bracket, see I spelled that, end bracket. Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily.
Well, you should have told me.
I replayed. You dimwits! Snake began to shoot angrily. And then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that owl about?
It was to blackmail you,
I snarled.
So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out, or I'll sure show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards.
I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire, looking extremely fucking hot.
WTF, where'd Draco?
I asked him. Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come, Vampire said, shaking his HED. You wanna come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. It said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Enobi on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gaped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. Chapter 21. AN: Fuck you, okay? You FOKNG suck. It's not my fault if it's spread wrong, okay? Cause that bish Raven, cause it fuck you preps. 1. Whoops, soz Raven, thanks for the help. BTW Transylvania rocks. H hard. 1. I even got to go to the castle where Dr. Cola was filmed. Later, we all went in the school. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He stated to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I stated to cry cause I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, NLB, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better.
You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you?
I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come, he began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on cause I love sensitive bi guys. Brackets. If you're a homophone, then fuck off. End bracket. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility coke. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under that invisibility clock and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a FUK sing bish, Vampire said under his breasts in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filth, is there anyone under that cloak? He asked. Filth nodded, and then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was tacking off that clock. 1. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, cause now we were ruining away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school.
Draco!
I cried.
Are you okay?
I guess, though, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. Bracket. See, isn't that depressing? End bracket. On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door and Fug and the Mystery of Magic walked into the school. 1. Chapter 22. AM colon. STFU. Preps. Stop flaming. Okay, if you do not like it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault. Okay, 1-1. You suck. 1. No, just kidding, Raven. You feel Kienge Rock Preps suck. 1. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Fucking hell. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black, lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, B semicolon Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy simple plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joe Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all her cleavage with a white apron that said bish and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it, kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace up top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diablo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrist with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Satanism.
OMFG!
I yelled it as I jumped up.
Why the fuck are you all here?
Inobi, something is really fucked up, Draco said.
Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first.
I shouted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice.
Oh, alright,
I said, smiling.
but you'll have to tell me why you're being all erective.
I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the great How and looked in from a widow. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up her middle fingers at her. Inside the great hall we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too.
This cannot be, she sighed angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students,
yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge.
You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students. Ah!
Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is Enoni Darkness Dementia Ravenway. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Chapter 23. AN, colon. The hut the fuck up bitches, 1. You're just jealous cause I got 10,000 revolves, 1. Thanks to Raven for the help and telling me that the books Gulu rocks. Let's go shopping together. X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledore and Rumbridge sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blurred at her. Oops, she made a mistake. He corrupted her. She means hi, everybody come in. Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco on opposite Bloody Mary. Crabbe and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Vilvodo. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood for a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me. It was... I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other.
Vampire! Draco! What the fuck?
I asked. You fucking bastard, yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her. One. What? Has this become scat porn now or something? No, I do, shouted. God damn it. No, she fucking doesn't like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, fuck you, motherfucker, she loves me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort. Bobby! Ebony! Darth Vader said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou have Effie failed your mission. Thou I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou does not kill him before, then I shall kill Draco too.
Please don't make me kill him, please,
I begged. No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away crackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me. Suddenly my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lighting flash and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slit his wrist in a depressed way. No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly I locked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, NLB, said Vampire all sensitive.
No, it's not,
I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face.
OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed like in The Ring 2?
Seriously? Fuck you. If you mention Ring Zero birthday in this, I'm gonna fucking stop this right away. Fucking stupid fanfic.
It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the vision means.
Sinister? Now this has become an X-Men fanfic as well? What the hell?
Okay, Bish,
I said sadly, and then we went. Chapter 24. AN: Preps, stop framing that story. You're just jealous. So FUKU. Okay, go to hell. 1-1. Raven fags for the help. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Well, we had deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trevelyan about the visions. Konnichiwa! Everybody come in! Said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smiled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes. Brackets. HR mum was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. End bracket. She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and a long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black nie Polish with red pentagrams on it.
What is it, Ebony?
She asked.
Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it? Hot Topic?
Yes, I answered. All the preps who don't know what HT was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger.
Well, we have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it?
How about now? She asked.
Okay,
I said.
Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone.
Professor Trevelyan said, and she let everyone go.
Except for you, Brittany.
She pointed at Brittany and some other preps.
Please do exercise,
bracket, get it, end bracket,
1 on page 3.
Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried, is Draco going to die? Well, she gave me a black crystal ball to lock in. I looked at it.
What do you see?
She asked.
I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram.
Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt, and black Converse shoes.
Okay, you can go now. See you, cunt,
said Professor Sinister.
Bye, bitch,
I said, waving. I went to Draco, and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited. Chapter 25. AN: Stop flaming, okay? If you do not, then I'll tell Justin to bet you up. 1111. And in he'll tell Al all the nerds to put Viatus in your computer. 111111111111. Fuck you. 1. Raven, thanks for the help. 1. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X. I was so excited. I followed Draco, wondering if we were going to do it again. We went outside and then we went into Draco's black car.
Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trevelyan say?
Whispered Draco, potting his gothic wit hand with Black nail polish on mine.
She said she would tell me what the digits meant. Toromao,
I grumbled in a sexy voice. He took out a heroin cabaret and spiked it, and gave it to me to spork. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went to the top of it. Draco put on some MCR. And all of the things that you never ever told me, and all the smiles that are ever gonna haunt me, sang Gerard's sexy voice. We started tiring of each other's clothes fervently. He took off my black thong and my black leather bar. I took off his black boxers. Then he put his throbbing you-know-what in my tools sexily.
RMFG Draco, Draco,
I screamed, having an orgasm. We stated Frenching passively. Suddenly, I fell asleep. I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting two gothic men with long black hair. No, please don't fucking kill us, they pleaded, but he just kept shooting them. He ran away in a red car.
No! Oh my fucking god!
1-1. I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked me as I woke up, opening my icy blue eyes. I started to cry and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it with his block Lichen Park mobile. But the worst thing was who the people were shot in the dream were Lucian and Sirius. 111. Chapter 26. AN:
Prep, stop flaming that SDY, okay?
1. If you didn't like their story, then go fuck yourself, you fucking prep. You suck. 111. Oh, why? And I wasn't being racist, okay? 11. X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X. A few mutates later, Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather jacket, black leather pants, and a good Charlotte t-shirt. Hi, Vampire, I said flirtily as I started to sob. Draco hugged me sexually, trying to confront me. I started to cry tears of blood and then told him what happened. Oh, fuck it, Vampire shouted angrily. He four started to cry sadly. What fucking dick did that?
I don't know, I said. Now come on, we have to tell Dumbledore.
We ran out of the tree and into the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. Sir, our dads have been shot, Draco said while we whipped some tears from his white face. Enobi had a vision in a dream. Dumbledore started to cockle. Ha ha ha! And how do you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional? I glared at Dumbledore. Look, motherfucker, he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. Bracket, C is the toot of Crackdoor, end bracket. You know very well that I'm not decisional. Now get some fucking PPL out there to look for Ceres and Lucian Ponto. Okay, he said in an intimidated voice. Where are they? I thought about it. Then all of a sudden,
Longden,
I said. I told him which street. He went and called some people and did some stuff. After a few misdoons, he came back and said people were going out looking for them. After a while, someone called him again. He said that they had been found. Draco, Vampire, and I all left to our rooms together. I went with Draco to wait in the nurse's office while Vampire went to slit his wrist in his room. We looked at each other's gothic, depressed eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came on in stretchers, and Professor Sinister was behind them. 1. Chapter 27. Vampire. vampires with a Z will never hurt you. AN colon. You know what? 111. I do not give a fuck what you preps think about me. 1111. So stop framing the fucking story, bitches. 1111. Thanks to Raven for your love and support and help. I love you, girl. So's I couldn't update though I was RLY depressed and I silt my wrist. I had to go to the hospital. Raven, you rock, girl. 1111111111111111 X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Everyone in the room stated to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire all came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine. Come on, Inobi, said Professor Sinatra. She was wearing a gothic black reader dress with a corset top and real vampire blood on it and fucking black platinum boots. I have to tell you the fucking perdition. I looked at Lucian, Serifs, Drake and Vampire. They nodded. I smelled happily and went into a dark room. I had changed. Professor Sinister took out some black cards. She started to look into a black crucible bowl. She said, Tara, I see Drac times are near. She said badly. She peered into their bowls. You see, you must go back in time. She took out a time toner like Buddy Murray had. When Voldemort was in Hogwarts before he became powerful, he got his heart broken. Now, do you think he would still become Voldemort if he was in love? I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. It is the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. You can come to my room tomorrow and you can do it.
Okay,
I said sadly. We did death's touch sin. I went outside again sadly. What fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire.
Yeah, what happened?
Asked Darkness, Willow and Baldy Murray. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being fond. Everyone was proud of me, but I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name and some reporters were there, trying to interview Dumbledore. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were there, obviously trying to be gothic, wearing the hymn sign on their hands, despite them not having actually heard of him. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crab and Goik set up some fireworks in the shape of skulls from Wesley's Wizard Wises. I put on my invisibility cloak with Vampire and Draco and we sneaked outside together. Chapter 28. AN colon. I said stop GFLMA-ing that story. It was a miscat when Professor Lilori said that. Okay, 1111111111. Go to fucking hell. 111111. You suck. Thanks to Philly for their help. 1. Raven, have fun with Kiwi. 111111 X X X X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X. We went into a black room. The walls were black with portraits of gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marwin Manson all over them. Marwin Mason all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle. Red velvet lined that black box. There were 3 chairs made of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff on it. Fishnet suckings and a block leather thong underneath. I sat down one of the chairs dispersedly. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Vampire asked, putting his albastard hand on mine. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on it.
Yeah, I guess,
I said sadly. Draco also put his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick.
The problem is, I have to seduce Voxamot. I'll have to go back in time.
Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. It's okay, Bobby, he said finally. But what about me? You're not gonna break up or anything, are you?
Of course not,
I gasped. Really? He asked.
Sure,
I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Then I took off Draco's MCR shrift and seductively took off his pants. He was hung like a Stallone. A Stallone. Okay, insert your Sylvester Stallone joke here. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said Enobi on it. Black roses were around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took a video camera. Bracket. I had said it was okay before. End bracket. I took off my clothes. Then we were in for the rid of our lift. We started fretching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Spock in my you-know-what, and passively we did it. This is most illogical. I love you, E-Bobby. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you, he screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched Vampire filmed everything perfectly. Suddenly, what the fuck are you doing? It was Snope and Professor McGoggle. 1111. Chapter 29. AN colon. Sort das fuck up, 11. You're just jealous cause you're prep, so fuck you, 1111. Raven, you rock, Gil. Thanks for the help, MCR Rocks 666 111111111111. X X X X X X X X X X 666 X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Oh my Satan! We screamed as we jumped out of the coffin. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shoot at us angrily. Come now! 1. Preacher McGonagall yielded. We did guiltily. We left the room putting on our clothes. Snoop garbed the caramel and put it in his pocket. Hey, what the fuck? 111. Vampire shooted angrily. Yeah, Buster, what the fuck are you going to do with the fucking camera? Draco demanded all protective, looking at me longly with his gothic red eyes. Look, Dumbledore knows your little secret. I mean, if you do this again, then you will go to St. Mango's. So give back that camera, 1111. Ha ha ha, the mystery of magic thinks he is crazy. There is no way they will believe him. Snoop laughed meanly. Yes, so shut your mouth. You're mpuffed, you insolent fools. Insolent fools, yelled Professor McGoggle. She made us come into a weird room with white stones all around it. There were all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry all sexy and sexative. Bracket. Get it? Cause he's a sex bomb. Low 10 Felnut rules for life, but not as much as Gerard, your sex on legs. I love you, you fucking rock. Marry me, 111. End bracket. I started to cry tears of blood. Bracket. It happens in Vampire Chronicles. Raven said so. Okay, so fuck you, 1. End bracket. Vampire took out a black handkerchief and started to wipe my red eyes. And then he and Snoop both took out guns using magic. They started to shoot each other angrily. None of the ballots got on each other yet. I took out my wand.
Crucio!
I shouted. Snap stated to scram. He dropped that gun. But it was too late. Both of them had run out of ballets. I stopped that curse! Professor McGoogle did a spell so that we were all chained up. She took out a box of tools. Then she said,
Okay, Severus, I'm going to go now.
She left. Snap started to laugh evilly. Vampire started to cry.
It's okay, Anobi, said Draco. Evergreen will be all right. Remember the Sidio you took of Snake?
Snape laughed again. And then he took out some whips. 1. Chapter 30. AN: Stop flaming their story, okay? You do not know what's ever even gonna happen, okay? 1111. So fool you. 111. If you flam, you will be a prep, so our flamers can kiss my ass. 111. Soz for saying out Zimmers is dongerous, but that's the mystery's opinion, cause society basically sucks. Thanks to Raven, you rock bish. 111. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX stated loafing meanly. He took out a camera anvil. Then he came towards Darko. 1. He took some stones out of his pocket. He put the stones around Draco and lit a candle.
What the fuck are you doing?
I shooted angrily. Snoop laughed meanly. He pulled down his pants. I gasped. There was a dork mark on his you-know-what. What? Okay. Fucking... Oh, God. He waved his wand and a niffer came. He gave the knife to me. You must stop vampire, he said to me. If you don't, then I'll rap Draco. 1.
No, you fucking bastard!
1. I yielded. But then Draco looked at me sadly with his evil gothic red eyes that looked so depressant and sexy. He looked exactly like a pentagram. Bracket, lol, get it? Cause I'm a Satanist, end bracket. Between Kurt Cobain and Gerard. But then I looked at Vampire and he looked so smexy too with his gothic black hair. I thought of the time when we screwed and the time I did it with Draco and Dumbledore came and the time where Draco almost committed suicide and Vampire was so sportive. Snipe laughed angrily. He started to pray to Volksamord. He started to do an incapacitation dancing around the Stokes, whipping Draco and Vampire. I can only assume that this author must have Wikipedia'd these big words because I find it hard to believe she can say a big word like that correctly and then do everything else. Anyway, I'll carry on. Suddenly, an idea I had. I closed my eyes and using my vampire powers, I sent a telepathic message to Draco and Vampire so they would destruct Snape. Dumbledore will get you, Draco shooted. Yeah, just wait up till the mystery find out, 1-1, Vampire yelled. Meanwhile, I took out my wand. You ridiculous dunderhead, 1-1-1, Snoop yielded. He took off all of Draco's clothes, just as he was about to rape him.
Grossio!
I shitted, pointing my wound. Snoop screamed and started running around the room screaming. Meanwhile, I grabbed my block mobile and sent a TXT to Sirius. I stopped doing Crucio. You dunderhead 111, I'm going to kill, shouted Snape. But suddenly Cerberus came. Snape put the whip behind his back. Oh, hello, Seb. I was just teaching them something, he lied. But suddenly Lucian and Professor Trevelyan came into their room, and they and Sirius unlocked the chains and put them around Snap. Then Professor Trevelyan said, "Come on, Ebony, let's go." Chapter 31, AN colon. I said shut the fuck up, you queer fez 1111. Stop cowing Ebony and Mary Sue, okay? You do not even know what's going to happen, okay? So fuck you, 1111. Thanks to Raven for die help, 1111. I always knew you were on Voldemort's side, you son of a bitcat. Bracket. Buffy rocks 111 end bracket. Sirius said to Snape, "No, I'm not. I was teaching them something." 1. Snap clammed. Oh fucking yeah. I took some block Voldemort serum out of my pocket and gave it to Cerberus. He made Snap drink it. He did angrily. Then Lucius took out a tape recorder and started playing it while he did curses on Snap. Then Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them, while Snape told his secrets. Lucian took Vampire and Draco to the nurse after thanking me 1,000,000 times. Professor Trevelyan took me to a dark room. Now I was going to go back in time to seduce Voldemort. Moving posters of MCR and NRI were all over. Hermione, Darkness, and Willow came too. Bloody Mary gave me a black bag from Todd Ridd's store. "What's in the bag?" I asked Professor Trevelyan. "You don't see," she said. I opened the bag. In it was a sexy, tight, low, smut black leather gothic dress. It had red corset stuff and there was a silt up the leg. I put it on. My friends helped me put on black fishnets and black pointy boots Willow had chosen. Willow and Darkness helped me put on black eyeliner and blood red lipstick. "You look fucking kawaii, bitch," Bloody Mary said. "Fangs," I said. "Okay, now you're going to go back in Tim," said Professor Sinister. "You will have to do it in a few sessions." She gave me a block gun. I put it in a strap on my fishnets like in Redis Net Evil. Then she gave me a black time tuner. "After an hour, use the time tuner to go back here," Professor Trevelyan said. Then she and Bloody Mary put a pensive in front of me. Everyone went in front of it. "Good luck!" Everyone shooted. Darkness and Will gave me Death's Touch Sin. Then I jumped sexily into the pensive. Suddenly I was in front of the school. Suddenly I was in front of the school. In front of me was one of the sexiest goth guys I had ever seen. He was wearing long black hair, kind of like Mikey Way, only black. He had green eyes like Billy Joe Armstrong and pale wet skin. He was wearing a black ripped up suit with bonds. It was Tom Bombadil 1111. Chapter 32, AN colon. I said stop flamming. I know his name isn't Tom Bombadil. That was a mistake. 1111. If you do not like the story, then you can go screw yourself. 111. You suck. 1111. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X.
Hi,
I said furtively.
I'm Inobi Wade, that new student.
I shook my pale hands with the black nail polish with him. The name's Tom, he said, but you can call me Satan. That's my middle name. We shook hands. Well, come on, we have to go upstairs, Satan said. I followed him.
Hey, Satan, do you happen to be a fan of Grande?
Bracket, since NCR and Evine Zens don't exist yet then, end bracket, I asked. Oh my fucking god, how did you know? Satan gasped. Actually, I like GC a lot too. Bracket, get it? Cause GC did that song, I Just Wanna Live, that sounded really 80s, end bracket.
Oh my god, OMG, me too!
I replied happily. Guess what? They have a concert in Hogsmeade, Satan whispered.
Hogsmeade? I asked.
Yeah, that's what they used to call it in these times before it became Hogsmeade in 2000. He told me all secretively. And there's a really cool show called Hot
Topic!
I Finched, happy again. He frowned confusedly. No, it's called Hot Issue. He smiled scarcely again. Then in 1998, they changed it to Hot Topic, he moaned.
Oh!
Now everything was making sense to me.
So is Dumbledore your prince pill?
I shouted. Uh-huh. He looked at his black nails. I'm in Slytherin.
OMFG, ship too!
I shrieked. You go to the school? Bracket. Get it? 'Cause I'm gothic, end bracket, he asked.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm new!
I smelled happily. Suddenly, Dumbledore fell in on his broomstick and started shredding at us angrily. No talking in the halls! He had short blonde hair and was wearing a polo shirt from NMR Kieran Ogle Outfitters. Stupid goths! Satan rolled his eyes. He's so mean to us goths and punks just because we're in Slytherin, and we're not preps. I turned around angrily.
Actually, I think maybe it's because you're the Bark Lord.
WTF? He asked angrily.
Oh, nothing, I said sweetly.
Then suddenly, the floor opened.
OMFG, no! I screamed as I fell down.
Everyone looked at me.
Me weirdly.
Hey, where are you going? Satan asked as I fell. I got out of the hole and it was back in the pensive in Professor Trevelyan's classroom. Dumbledore was there.
Dumbledore, I think I just met you,
I said. Oh yeah, I remember that, Dumbledore said, trying to be all gothic. Sinister came in. Hey, this is my classroom. Wait, what? WTF, NLB, what the hell are you doing? I looked at her. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
WTH, ow!
I screamed, forgetting she was a teacher for a second, but she's a goth, so it's okay. Professor Sinister looked sad. I was drinking Voldemort serum. She started to cry black tears of depression. Dumbledore didn't know about them. Hey, are you crying tears of blood? He asked curiously, touching a tear.
Fuck off!
We both said, and Dumbledore took his hand away. Professor Sinister started crying again in her chair, sobbing limpid tears.
OMFG, Anobi. I think I'm addicted to Voldemort serum.
AN. See you fucking preps. Go fuck your cell XXZ. That's serious issues 2-0, go to hell, 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-2. Chapter 33. AN: I said shut up, it's not my fault, okay? If you don't like that story, then you're a prep, so fuck you flamers, 1111. P.S. I'm not updating up till you give me five God reviews, and this time I meant it. 111111. You suck, 111111. Thanks, Raven, for thy help. I'll promise to help you with your story. Those 1.
Oh my fucking god!
1. I shooted sadly.
Should we get you to St. Bangers, bitch?
Hell no, she said. Listen, Igogi, I need your help. Next time, Tim, you go back in Tim. Do you think you could ask Tom Anderson for some help?
Sure, I said sadly.
I went outside the door. Draco was there, 111. He was wearing a big block GC t-shirt, which was his Panamas.
Hey, sexy,
I said. How'd it go, Inobi? He asked in his voice, which was so sexy and low, kind of like Jared Way when he's talking.
Fine,
I responded. We stirred to go back into that dorm. How far did you go with Satan? Draco asked jealously.
Not too far, lol.
I balked. Will you have to do it with him? Draco asked angstily.
I hope not too far!
111, I shouted angrily. Then I felt bad for shooting at him. I said sorry, we Frenched.
What happened to Snipe?
I growled. You will see, Draco giggled mischievously. He opened a door. Snap Andy Lumpkin was there, 1-1. Sirius was pokering them by staging them with a block niffer. No, please, 1-1-1-1-1. Lumpkin bagged as Sirius started to suck his blood. I laughed statistically. I took some photons of him and Snap being talked. Bracket. Okay, I know this is men, but think about it, people. They are pedos, and Andy Snap tried to rap them, and anyway, Sadists Rock. Has anyone seen Shrek Attack 3 Lols? In bracket. We took some of Snipe's blood, then Draco and I went back to our rooms. We sat on my gothic black coffin. My clothes were kinda dirty, so I put on a black leather outfit thingy, kind like the one Suline has in Underworld. Bracket. If you haven't heard of it, then fuck you! 1111. I put on some block platform high heels. Darko put on Desolation Livers by MCR. Then we started to take off each other's clothes. I talk of his shit, and Andy he had a 6-pack, lols. We started to mac out like in the... What the fuck? We started to mac out like in the Grudge. A moment of silence for how fucking stupid that is. Anyway, carrying on. He put his wetness in my you-know-what sexily. I got an orgy.
Oh, Draco! 1-1-1-1-1-1-1. Oh, my fucking god, Draco! 1-1-1-1-1-1.
I screamed passively as he got an eructation. I love you, Tarbury. he whispered sexily, and then we fell asleep low. Chapter 34. AN colon. Shut the fuck up, preps! 11111. Have you even read the story? 11. You are probably all just preps and posers, so fuck you! 111. Thanks to Raven for their help. 1. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. I woke up in the coffin the next day. Draco was gone. I got up and put on a block-tight sexy dress that was all ripped at the end. There was red corset stuff going up the front and the back, and it came up to my knees. There was a slit in that dress like in Mr. and Mr. Simph. I put on ripped block fishnets and block Stilton boots. Suddenly, Cialis cocked on the door. I opened it. Hi, Ebony, he said. Guess what? You have to come to Professor Sinister's office. Okay, I said in a depressed voice. I had wanted to fuck Draco, or maybe lesson to MCR or Evon Kents. I came anyway. So what the fuck happened to Snipe and Lupin? I asked Cialis flirtily. I fucking tortured them, he answered in a statistic way. They are in Abkhazian now. No. I laughed evilly.
Where are Draco and Vampira?
I muttered. They are excused from school today, sodomized, moaned sexily. Right now we are watching the night Nightmare Before Xmas. We went into the office. Professor Sinister was there. She was wearing a gothic black dress that was all ripped all over it, kind of like that one Amy Lee was in this pic. I think there's meant to be a link here, but I can't see it. She was drinking some Voxmont serum. She took out the pensive and the time toner. NLB, you will have to do another session now. Also, I need you to get me the cure for being addicted, she said sadly. Good luck, thanks. And then I jumped into the pensive again. Suddenly I looked around. I was in that great hall eating Count Chocula. It was morning. I was sitting next to Satan. On a table was a tall gothic man with long black hair, pale skin, and blue eyes, wearing a suit and black Converse shoes. He looked just like Charles Manson. I noticed he was drinking a portent.
Who's he?
I asked. Oh, that's Professor Slutborn, Satan said. He's the portent teacher. Ebony?
Yeah?
I asked. Did you know that Merlin Mason is playing in Hogsmeade tonight, and they are showing the exercise at the movies before that? God.
Yeah?
Well, want to go to the contort and the movie with me to see the exercise? Come and see Selma Blair work out for an hour and a half. God. Anyway, chapter 35, Ghost of You, AN : Thanks to Susie for that idea. 1. You rock. Fuck off preps. 1. Thanks to Raven for thy help you rock Gil. 1. P.S. I'm going to end the story really soon, so fuck you. 1. Oh yeah, ND, if you know any gothic names, please tell me, cause I need one for serious one. Thanks. God damn it, Nadel. Leave this man, vile fat. I'm sorry, Quips. I had to put that in the recording. Anyway. I went into the conmen room thinking of Satan. Suddenly I gasped. Draco was there. 1. I grasped. He looked as hot as ever, wearing black leather pants, a black Lonkin Park t-shirt, and black eyeliner.
Draco, what the fuck are you doing?
1. I gasped. Huh? He asked. Then I remembered. It wasn't Draco. It was Lucan. 1. He still had 2 arms.
Oh, hi, Lucian. 1.
I said.
I'm Ebony, the new student below. We shook hands.
Yeah, Satan told me about you, Lucian said. He pointed to a group of sexy gothic guys. They were sitting in a corner cutting. It was Sirius, Vampire's dad, and Snap. All of them were wearing black eyeliner and black good Charlotte bad shirts. Listen, I'm in a golf bout with those guys, he said. We're playing tonight at the Merlin Manson show as backup.
Oh, really?
I asked. Yeah, he said. We're called X Black X Tier X. I play the gutter. Spartacus plays the drums, he said, pointing to him. Snap plays the bass, and James plays the guitar, too, even though we call him Samaro, after Samara in the ring. This fanfiction, I call it shit, as in, it's shit.
Hey, bastards!
I told them. They gave me death's touch sin. Suddenly I gasped again.
But don't you have a lead singer?
I asked. Lucian looked down Dawn sadly. We used to, but she did. She contemplated suicide by salting her wrists. I know, like 3 references. Will there be any more by the end, M2DM? Let's find out together.
Oh my fucking god, 1. That's so fucking sad, 1.
I gasped. It's okay, but we need a new lead snigger, Samaro said.
Well, I said I'm in a banat myself.
Really? I snapped. I couldn't believe it. He used to be gothic, 1.
Yeah, we're called Blood the Gothic Row 666. Do you want a H-Army thing?
Yeah, said everyone. So the guys took out their guitars. They began to play a song by, bracket, get it? Cause by guys are so sexy. 1-1. Gurn Day. I
walked this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams.
I sang sexily, bracket, I do not own the lyrics to that song, end bracket. Everyone gasped. Enobi, will you join the band? Please, one, begged Lucian, Samaro, Sirius, and Snap.
Okay.
I shrugged.
Are we going to play tonight?
Yeah, they said.
Okay,
I said, but I knew that I had to get a new outfit. I walked outside wondering how I could go forward in time. Suddenly, someone jumped in front of me. It was Morty McFly! Philly won. He was wearing a black Banad t-shirt and black baggy jeans.
What the hell are you doing here, 1-1?
I asked. I'll help you go forward in Tim Enobi, he said seriously. Then he took out a blocked Tim machine. I went into it and suddenly I was forward in Tim. 1111. Chapter 36. AN : I said stop flaming, okay? 111111111111. I bet you are our old, probably old 70-year-olds. 1111. P.S. Portersus, you're a prep. 1. Oh yeah, and thanks to Raven for thy help. 111. Have fun in England, girl. 111111. I looked around in a depressed way. Suddenly I saw Professor Sinister, Bloody Mary, Socrates, and Draco, Vampire, and Widow were there too.
Oh my god, Sorius, I saw you, Andy, Samero, and Snip, and everyone. 111111. I can't believe Snap used USD to be Gothic. 111111.
Yeah, I know, Sirius said sadly. Oh, hey there, bitch, Professor Trevelyan said in an emo voice. Dern King some Volksmort Serum. Sounds like a band name, that. Volksmort Serum, coming soon to the local civic center.
Hi, fucker,
I said.
Listen, Satan asked me out to a gothic cornet and a movie, so I need a sexy new outfit for that date. Also, I'm playing in a gothic band, so I need an outfit for that too.
Oh my Satan! Bracket, get it, Lowe's, cause she's gothic. Gasped Bloody Mary. Want to go to Hot Topic to shop for your outfit? OMFS, let's have a group cutting session, said Professor Trevelyan. I can't fucking wait for that, but we need to get some stuff first, said Willow. Yeah, we need some potions for Professor Trevelyan so she won't be addicted to Volksmert serum anymore, and also some love potion for Enobi, Darko said resultantly.
Well, we have potions class now,
Willow said, so let's go. We went sexily to potions class, but Snap wasn't there. Instead, there was Cornelio, fuck! 111111. Hey, where the fuck is Dumbledore? 111, Draco shouted angrily. STFU! Shooted Cornelia fuck. He is in Azkaban now, with Snip and Lupin. He is old and weak. He has cancer. Now, do your work, 1111. My friends and I talked angrily. Can you believe Snap used to be gothic? 1, Vampire asked surprisingly. That's it! 1-1, Cornelio shooted angrily. I'm getting Professor Bridge! 1-1-1. He stomped out angrily. Me friends and I began talking again. I began to drink some blood mixed with beer. Suddenly I saw Hagrid in that cupboard.
What the WTF is he doing?
I asked. Then I looked at Draco. He was wearing tons of eyeliner, and he looked sexier than ever. Suddenly, Hagrid, what the fuck are you doing? 1-1, he shouted. I looked around. Hagrid was putting something in my glass of blood. 1-1. Darko and Vampire started to beat him up sexily.
God, you are such a poser! 1.
I shouted at Hagrid. Suddenly I looked at what he was putting in that blood. It was amnesia potion. 1-1-1. Chapter 37. AN : Okay, everybody, I'm going on vacation on the 1st of July, so I either gonna end the fic or update it in weeks. Next. Thanks. Oh yeah, and prep stop flaming Sasori. 1-1. Raven, thanks for the help. See ya, Gil, after vacation. 1-1. Darko's point of view low. Vampire and I chained Hagrid to the floor.
Oh my fucking Satan!
Enobi said. She was so hot.
Maybe I could use amnesia potion to make Satan fall in love with me faster. 1.
What kind of fucking logic does that make? But you are so sexy and wonderful anyway, Tata, said Vampire. Why would you need it?
To make everything go faster, lol, said
Enobi. But you won't have to do it with him or anything, will you? I asked jealously. Oh my gee, you guys are so scary. 1-1, said Brittany, a fucking prep. Shut the fuck up, said Willow.
Okay, well,
anyway, let's go to Professor Trevelyan's room. Draco, Eberly, and I went to Professor Siniator's room, but Professor Sinister wasn't there. Instead, Tom Mid was. Oh, hi, fuckers, he said. Listen, I got you some cool new clothes. I took out that clothes from that bag. It was a gothic black leather miniskirt that said 666 on the back. Black Stilton boots, blood red fishnets, and a black corset.
OMFG thanks,
I said, hugging him in a gothic way. I took the clothes in the bag. Okay, Professor Sinister isn't HR. What the fuck should we do? Asked Draco. Suddenly he looked at a sign on the black wall.
Oh my fucking Satan!
1, I screamed as I read it. On it said, Everyone, Professor Sinister is away. She is too gothic. She is in Azkaban now. Classes shall be taught by Dumbledore, who is back, but he shall not be principal for now. Sincerely, Professor Rumbridge.
OMFG! 1-1-1!
I shouted angrily.
How could they do that?
1-1. Suddenly, Dumbledore came. What the hell are you doing, dong, in my office? 1. He began to shoot angrily. Suddenly, I saw Morty McFly's block Tim machine. 1-1-1. I jumped seductively into it, leaving Draco and Vampire. Suddenly, I was back in Tim. 1-1. I looked around. It was Professor Slutborn's office. I sneaked around. Suddenly I saw the amnesia potion on his desk. It was black with blood-red pentagrams in it. I wish I had an amnesia potion right now. Anyway, it was the shape of a cross. I put it in my pocket. Suddenly the door opened. It was Professor Slutgorn. 1-1. OMG, what are you doing, Fuka? He shouted angrily. I don't know what the fuck are you doing, I shouted angrily.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking around because I thought it was cross.
You said, finally hoping he couldn't see that potion in your pocket. Oh, okay, you can go now, said Professor Slutborn. You went to the conmen room after putting on my clothes. So are Samuro and Snap were there, practicing Vampires Will Never Hurt You by MCR.
Oh, hi, you guys,
I said seductively.
Where's Satan?
Oh, he's coming, said Sirius. BTW, you can call me Hades now. Suddenly Satan came. He was wearing a smexy black leather Jackson, black Congress shoes, a slip knot, t-shirt, and a black tie.
Okay, I will see you guys at the concert,
I said, and then I went with Satan. Chapter 38. AN:. What does everyone think if I end that story and then I add some more to it after vocation? Oh yeah, and perhaps stop flaming if you didn't like that story, then take my quiz. Okay, then you will see if you're gothic or not. 1111111. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX dark car with pentagrams all over it. On the license plate said 666, just like Draco's car. I went in it seductively. Stan started to drive it. We talked about Satanism, bracket, Lowe's, he was named after Satan, end bracket, cooting, music, and being gothic. Oh my Satan, Gerard is so fucking hot. 1-1. Voldemort agreed as we smoked some weed. Bracket. Cause bi guys are hot, they are so sensitive. I love them, those goes fucks bi guy. Bracket.
No, I totally decided not to commit suicide when I heard Hidden,
I said in a flirty voice.
Hey, Satan, do you know the cure for when people are addicted to Voldemortium?
Well, he thought, I think you have to drink vampire blood. Suddenly, Voldemort parked the car behind a black movie theater. Satan and I walked outside. We went into the movie theater where they were showing the Exorcist. In it, a boy and a girl were doing it. Suddenly, a serial killer came. No. Satan and I laughed at the blood cause we're sadists. Huh, I don't recall it in The Exorcist, funnily enough. Anyway. While Satan was watching the movie, I had an idea. I took Satan's black gothic black nightmare before Christmas cigar sexually from his pocket and put some amnesia potion in it. I put it back in his black Emil the Strange bag. Satan turned around and started to smoke it. Black clouds with red pentagrams in them started to fly around everywhere. OMG, 111, Satan said, jumping up. I gasped cause I was afraid he'd noticed. And Obi, guess what? I knew that the amnesia had worked. Amnesia potion has not been invented yet, so it will not work, he said. Too bad, 'cause I wanted to use some on you.
Cool.
I raised my eyes suggestingly. And then he took off my clothes sexily and we started to make out. I took off his shit. He had six-pack just like Jared Way 1-1. We Frenched. Excuse me, but you are going to have to leave. 1-1-1. Shooted the lady behind us. She was a prep.
Fuck you. 1-1-1.
I said. Suddenly, I attacked her, sucking all her blood.
No.
She screamed. I was like,
no.
1-1, she screamed. All the preps in the theater screamed, but everyone else crapped, cause Satan and I walked so cute together. Satan and I started to walk outside. Oh my god, how did you do that? Voldemort asked in a turned-on voice.
I'm a vampire,
I said as we went into the car. Seriously? He gasped.
Yeah, seriously,
I said, drinking some beer. Satan started to drive that car. I smelled happily. It's too bad we didn't get to see the rest of the movie, don't you think?
Yeah,
I said as we kissed passively. Satan parked in a block driveway next to the place where Draco and I had watched GC for the first time. We went inside where Marilyn Manson was playing and started to mosh low. Anti-people! Sorry. Anti-people! Now you've gone too far! Geos Christ Superstar! 1-1-1-1-1-1 screamed Marwin on the stage. We did the devil fingers. I started to dance really close to Satan. He was so schmecksay. 1. He looked at me all emo with his gothic red eyes and he looked exactly like Mikey Way. I almost got an orgasm. 1. Suddenly, Merlin Manson stopped singing. I would like to present X Black X Tier X 1-1, he said. I ran on stage. Lucian, Samuro, Snap, and Hades were there. They started to play their instruments. I got on stack. Alright.
Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. 1-1-1. Yeah.
I sang. Brackets. I do not own the lyrics to that song. My voice sounded like a pentagram between Amy Lee and a girl version of Jared Way. For an O. Everyone Satan got an elucidation.
I'm not okay.
1. I sang finally. Suddenly, Lucian started playing that wrong song by mistake. OMFG 1, yielded James. What the fuck? Whoops, I'm sorry, said Lucian. You fucking asshole 1, James started angrily. You guys are such preps 1-1, Snap said. Come on, it was a mistake 1. Yeah, it's not his fault 1-1, said Sirius. No, he ruined the fucking song 1, yelled Samuro.
You guys stop. 1-1.
I shouted angrily, but it was too late. They all began to fight. Suddenly, Samuro took out his knife. OMFG, no! 1-1, shouted Lucan, but it was too late. James tried to shoot off his arm. And then, I jumped sexily in front of the bullet. 1-1.
No!
1-1-1-1-1. Yielded everyone, but it was too late. Suddenly, everything went black. Chapter 39. Sorry. Chapter 39. I am a trolling genius. Lols. Disclaimer. I do not own the HP series, and I am not the real XXX Bloody Wrists X666XXX. AN // I am an extremely immature, pathetic idiot girl, I know. Out of boredom, I cracked this skills passy for fun. Bracket, and it took less than 8 minutes to do it too. End bracket. And will probably get in a shitload of trouble. Which I probably deserve cause I'm being a troll right now. Meh. And I present to you my crappy part in this story. Bracket. And take note, I haven't even finished reading this fic yet, but instead skip over to skim chapter 38. End bracket. Flame, laugh, do whatever you want, preps. I, the American retail wearing British vampire Sue, coughed up blood. Satan kneeled down beside me. No, don't die. I gave him a rueful sigh.
I'm sorry. It's something I had to do to fulfill my duty as the noble Gothic Mary Sue.
Satan sobbed. I love you, Ebony.
I love you too. I'll see you in hell.
I mumbled, already finding my surroundings fading to black. Holy crap, dialogue I can actually read normally. This is progress, even if it is a troll. Bloody Mary Smith suddenly popped into the room for no apparent reason. She frowned when she realized the room was oddly quiet, but at the sight of Ebony's lifeless body, she screamed. Her face became pale with horror. She screamed for the healers, Dumbledore, McGoogle, and every single Gothic person she could think of. I know I'm done, it's a huge improvement. I can actually read it without having to twist my own words. Anyway, suddenly a glow started to surround the body of Ebony. Everyone stirred in shock. Her body started to lift ever so slowly, and then, to everyone's shock, it started to incinerate. When everyone realized what was happening, they rushed over to try to rescue the body, but it was too late. The Sioux became nothing more than a pile of ashes. A loud resounding of everyone bellowing, "No!" filled the room. A flash of white light from the ashes then started to bounce around the room. Everyone cowered in fear and were temporarily blinded. When it was all over, things changed. All the silly goth clothes dropped from everyone's bodies. ANs, bracket, AN // I will refuse to explain how the hell that happened. End bracket. And, in their place, clothes the characters would normally wear in canon appeared on their bodies. When everyone got over the shock of becoming free of the Gothic power, everybody cheered. Everybody started singing, "Ding dong, the Sioux is dead." Well, that is until all the HP characters realized the true implications of becoming more canon-like again. All the characters who were supposed to be dead fell to the floor, their bodies cold and lifeless. Barry and Voldemort started dueling. On the left side of the two, the battle of the light side and the dark side were reaching a climax. And, because the replacement author also likes to screw around with canon, Draco and Hermione fled the scene and got married. Meanwhile, down in hell, Ebony shed a single tear because of her current situation. A situation that would live on for all eternity. Or at least until the end of fanfiction time. She lost it all, but she knew she had to remain strong. Nothing would ever break her down. She looked down over her pale body and frowned.
"Where are my Evo clothes?"
she asked herself in confusion. And then it occurred to her. For her shirt, she was wearing a bright pink polo with a little seagull on the bracket left or right or left? I can't remember. End bracket. Side. Below that, she was wearing a denim miniskirt with a destroyed look on it. Paired underneath that skirt were leggings with a little moose at the bottom. And then Ebony realized, on her shoulder, she was carrying a pretty bag with an eagle on it that said, "Live your life," written all over the bag. Ebony suppressed the urge to scream. Here she was, decked out in clothes, prepped to the extreme, wearing stuff from Abercrombie & Fitch, American Eagle, and Hollister. Panicked, Ebony hastily tried to take off the Hollister polo, but underneath it, there was another Hollister polo underneath. Ebony frowned and looked under her shirt. All she saw was a bra underneath. Bracket. Do I point out it's the early line available at American Eagle? In bracket. Ebony tried to remove the shirt again, but to her frustration, there was yet another polo to replace it.
This is unlogical, does not make any sense!
Ebony bellowed out to the air. She failed to see the irony in her statement, how hypocritical her words were, seeing as she was practically calling the kettle black there. Ebony slit her wrist and mumbled to herself,
"Oh my god."
/end crap fic. AN //. Oh yeah, if you want to see the original content this chick had planned for this chapter, I accessed it through the document manager thingy, which I copied and pasted, so you can read it here. No, no, I like this new version. Damn it. AN : STFU preps get a lift 1111111. You suck 11. Oh, and form now on I'll be in vacation in England until like August, so I won't be able to update for a while. Lols. Thanks, and everyone who revolved, expect the preps who flamed. Fuck you, one. MCR rules 666 11111. I woke up in the nurse's office on a special gothic coffin. Hagrid was in the bed opposite me in a coma cause Vampire and Draco had bet him up. Mr. Norris was cleaning the room.
"Oh my Satan, what happened?"
I screamed. Suddenly Voldemort came. He looked less mean than usual.
"Get the fuck out, you fucking bastard!"
1-1, I yielded. "Thou have not killed Vampire yet," he said angrily. Suddenly he started to cry tears of blood, all selective.
"Voldemort! OMFG, what's wrong? 11111.
I asked. Suddenly, Lucian, Professor Sinister, and Sirius came. Bloody Mary and Vampire were with them. Everyone was holding black box sets. Voldemort disappeared. OMFG, Anobi, you're alive! 111, screamed Vampire. I hugged him and Bloody Mary.
"What the fuck happened?"
I asked them.
"Oh my Satan, 11, am I like dead now?"
I gasped. Anobi, you were almost shot, 1-1, said Sirius. But that ballot could not kill you since you were from another time. I believe it's back in the present now. But fangs anyway, 1, said Lucian, holding Oot his arm. I gasped. He had 2 arms.
"OMG, I can't believe Vampire's dead shot you!" 1,
I gasped. Well, to be honest, Snap was possessed by Snap back then, said James. Yeah, he was a spy, Sirius said sadly. He was really a death dealer. And he was such a fucking poser too, 1-1, said Lucian. He didn't even really know who GC were until I told him. Well, anyway, everyone tarted to give me presents. I was opening a black box with red 666s. Bracket. There was a DVD of Corpse Bride, with no E on corpse, in it. Bride bracket. On it when I gasped. Mr. Norris looked up angrily cause he hated goths.
"Hey, has an A1 fucking seen Draco?"
I asked gothically. No, Draco told me he would be watching Holes of Wax, said Professor Trevelyan. He doesn't know that you're better. Anyway, the nurse said you could get up. Come on, one. I got up suicidally. Lucian, Sirius, and Professor Sinister left. I was wearing a black leather night gun. Under that, I had on a sexy black leather bra trimmed with black lace with a matching thong that said Gothic Girl on the butt and sexy fishnets that kind hooked onto my thong. Bracket. If you don't get that idea, massage me, I'll tell you. End bracket. I put on a black fishnet top under a black MCR t-shirt, a black mini leather mini with black lace and conga shoes. I left the hospital wings with Bloody Mary, Willow, and Vampire. OMFG, let's celebrate, 1-1, gasped Willow. We can go see holes of wax with Draco 1, giggled Vampire.
Let's go listen to JC and cut ourselves 666 1-1,
said Hermione. We opened that conmen room door sexily, and then I gasped. Draco was there doing it with Snap! He was wearing a black t-shirt with 666 on the front and baggy jeans. You fucking prep! We all yielded angrily. Yeah, you betrayed us! 1-1, shooted Vampire angry as he took out his black gun. No, you don't understand, 1, screamed Draco sadly as he took his thingy out of Snake's.
No shit, you fucking suck, you preppy bastard! 1-1-1,
said Willow, trying to attack him. Bracket. You rock, girl, 1, end bracket. I ran suicidally to my room. I sexually took a stake out. Enobi, no! 1-1-1-1-1. Screamed Draco, but it was too late. I had slit my wrists with it. Suddenly everything went black again. Sincerely, an Anon author who will silently not reveal her identity because she's a coward. Peeve, tongue face. AKA just a troll with rocks for brains. Chapter 40. Lol. Someone has taken my account over. The idiot's note. Well, this was in the dock area. Might as well let the whole world see what the real Tara wanted to show us. Have a nice day. AN. Go on. STFU preps get a lift. 11111. You suck. 110. And form now on. He'll be in vacation in England until like August. So I won't be able to update for... Wait. Hold on, this is the same one, isn't it? Oh shit, sorry, this is the same thing. My bad. Not that this... Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Okay, you'll just have to cut that part out, Quips, in the editing you do. Actually, come on, I've still lost a... before I go back to the video. I've actually lost a whole stone since New Year's Day, so I've done okay, comrade, actually. Anyway, Chapter 41. AN. To everyone who keeps flaming this lift, I bet you don't know who Gerard Way is. You're probably our preps and posers. 1111. Anyway, someone hacked into my account in November and they put up my last chapter, but now there is a new one. I'm sorry for not updating G for a while, but I've been very busy. I'm trying to finish the story before the new movie comes out. I'm going on vacation for a month. I won't be back until about 2 weeks. OMFG Draco is so hot and all the pics for the new movie. 1111. I wanted to put a cameo by George Way, though he hustled play Draco. If you flame, I'll slit my wrist. 11. Raven, you rock deal. Have fun in England. When I woke up, I was in a strange room. I looked around. I was wearing the same outfit I had when is performed with X Black Tier X. 11. I looked around confusedly. It was the nurse's office, but it looked different. On the wall was a pic of Marilyn Manson. 1111. Bracket. Just imagine that he is an 80s gothic band too, okay, cause he is more old than Panic at the Disco or MCR. There was also a gothic black Beatles calendar with a picture of the Beatles wearing eyeliner and black gloves. Yeah, don't bring the Beatles into this, lady. You have no class. On it said 1980.
OMFG! I'm back in Tim again! 111!
I screamed loudly. Suddenly Satan, bracket, this is actually Voldemort for photo reference, end bracket. Voldemort was wearing a black leather jacket, black tight jeans and fishnet pants. He looked so sexy, I almost had an orgy. 1. OMFG, NOB, are you okay? He asked gothically.
Yeah, I'm okay for your information.
I snapped sexually.
OMFG! OMG, am I dead?
Cause
I remembered I had jumped in front of
the bullet from Jam's gun. I also remembered seeing Draco doing it with Snap. 1111. I guess that when I had slit my wrist, I had went back in Tim instead of dying. I know I could go forward in time if I found a time toner or the Tim machine. No, you're not dead. Satan reassured suicidally as he smoked a cigarette sexually and smoke came all over his face. You're a vampire, so you can't die from a bullet. Come on now, let's go see how Harry's dad is doing. I know that the real reason I didn't die from the ballet was cause I was from the future.
WTF, James almost shot Lucius,
I said, indigo-y. I knew that James had really been possessed, but I didn't want him to know I knew. Yeah, I know, but he had a headache. He was under a lot of stress, Satan reasoned evilly.
I guess that's okay,
I said, because James hadn't really shot Lucien. Also, I knew that Lucien would now have 2 arms instead of 1. I walked seductively outside with Satan. Sudden I saw a totally sexy gothic bi guy. 1-1. He had bleached blonde hair with black streaks up to his ears, and he was wearing gothic eyeliner. A block Green Day shirt, bracket. It showed Billy Joel with boned hair, since it was the 80s, bracket. Block Congress shoes and black baggy pants. He walked in all sexily like Jude Way in the video for I Don't Free You Like I Did Yesterday, and you could see a block tear on his face like that WMN in that video. Hey, he said all quietly, with W, and gothically.
Who the fuck is that?
I asked angrily, cause I did not know him. This is Hedwig, 1-1, said Volksimort. He used to be in X-Wax Tier X2, but he had to drop out cause he broke his arm.
Hey, Hedwig,
I said seductively, even though I was not trained to be. Lo, hi, Inobi, he answered, but then he ran away because he had heard of magical creature. He was humming welcome to the block prod under his brief. Bracket, I know that is not it is, but pretend it is, okay? End bracket.
Bye,
I said all sexily. That was Hedwig. He used to be my boyfriend, but we broke up. Satan said sadly, looking at his black nails.
OMFG, I can get you back together,
I said, fingering something I didn't know was in my pocket. A black coot is what we aim for CDO iPod that I could take videos with. Bracket. Does anyone else know about them? They kick ass. End bracket. Okay, we can forget about your quest for now, Hedwig. For now, Hedwig, I'm going to show you something great. 1-1-1-1. I led them to the Great Hall. Come on, you guys. Lucien, James, Sirius, and Snake were all in that Great Hall. Lucien wouldn't talk with James because he had tried to shoot him. Go fuck yourself, you fucking douche, he shouted at him. Draco is never going to be friends with Vampire now, 1. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Samuro, Snape agreed, but I knew he was lying cause it had been his fault James had almost shot Lucien.
Be quiet, you guys,
I said sexily. My plan was working out great. Now I could make Voldemort good without doing it with him. Now Vampire's dad would never die and...
Okay, Satan and Hedwig, you guys can start making out,
I said, and I started to film them with that iPod. Cool, said Sirius, as Voldemort and Hedwig started to make out sexily. We watched as today started to take each other's clothes off sexily. Samuro, Sirius, Snake, and Lucian all watched cause they were probably bi. I knew Snape was bi. Oh my fucking god. Voldemort! Voldemort! Screamed Hedwig as his Glock touched Voldemort. But suddenly everything stopped as the door opened and in come Dumbledore and Mr. Norris. Chapter 42. The Black Parade. AN:. OMG, the new book is coming out really soon. I can't wait. 1111111. I think that Snap will be really the same person as Voldemort because they are both half-blood, so that will explain why he killed Dumbledore and he hated Harry. 1111. And then Harry will have to commit suicide, so Voldemort will die because he will really be a Horcrux. 1111. OMG, I hope Draco and Harry get together, so that will be so schmexy, won't it? If they don't, then JKR is homophobic. 1111. Thanks for the help with Fats. Medusa, you rock. 111. X. I sat depressedly in Dumbledore's office with Hedwig, Satan, James, Sirius, Snap, and Lucian. Dumbledore was sitting in front of us cruelly. He looked more young than he did in the future. He had taken the iPod away and was now listening to a shitty Avril Lavigne song. What the hell is this anyway? He cackled meanly. I hope he didn't find out that I was Vroom another time. Whatever you do, don't blame Ibn, you jerk, Satan said. Yeah, seriously, she was trying to get Satan and Hedwig back together, Sirius said deviantly. Be quiet, you Satanists, Dumbledore cockled. If you're lucky, I'll probably send you all to Azkaban. That'll teach you to copulate in that great hall. He changed the song on the iPod to an NSYNC song. Suddenly, I noticed something strong about the iPod. It was slowly chonging. Dumbledore didn't notice it.
You fucking poser,
I muttered. I bet you never heard of JC, James said. No, I knew what the iPod was chonging into. Morty McFly's Tin Machine, 11. Shut up, Jones, Draco's dad shouted. Yeah, shut up, Snake said purplely. No, you shut up, Dumbledore, said Tom. I've had enough of you Satanists in my school, shouted Dumbledore spoiliously. Suddenly, I grabbed the iPod from him.
Everyone, jump in before it's too late.
I jumped into it. But only one other person jumped in. It was Satan. You dunderheads! One, screamed Dumbledore wisely as we went. I looked around. I was in the Slytherin conmen room with Satan. I was wearing a black plaid miniskirt with hot pink fishnets, a sexy black MCR corset, and black stiletto boots with pink pentagrams on them. My earrings were Blake's Satanist sins, and my raven hair was all around me to my mid-black. Hey, cool, where is this? He asked in an emo voice.
This is the future. Dumbledore's iPod he tried to take away from me was really also a tin machine, I told him.
Cool, what's an eye patch? He whimpered.
It's something you use to listen to music,
I yacked. OMFG, cool. What's a four-letter word for dirt? Yes, he asked in his sexy voice.
I guess sand?
I laid confusedly. Yeah, I was just training YG to make sure you were still that same person, he triumphantly giggled. Suddenly some of my friends walked in.
Oh, MFG, you're fucking alive,
said Ginny, wearing a black block leather jacket, blog baggy pants, and a gothic black from first to last shirt. I explained to her why I was alive.
Konnichiwa, bitch,
said Willow. She was wearing a block corset showing off her boobs with lace all around it and red stripes on it. With it, she was wearing a block leather miniskirt, big block boots, white foundation, block eyeliner, red eyeshadow, and block lipstick. Hey, motherfucker, said Diablo with his red hair. He was wearing a block P?ATD t-shirt and block baggy pants.
Hey, who's that, Ebony?
Bloody Mary questioned as she walked in wearing a black t-shirt with a red pentagram on it with lace at the bottom, red let her pants with black block lace and black stilettos.
Oh, it's Satan,
I told her, and she nodded, knowing the truth. Suddenly Satan started to cry. Are you okay, Satan? We asked concerningly. OMFG, you're from the future, one. What if you don't like M anymore, cause we're from different times? He asked.
No, I still like you,
I said sexily to him. Okay, he said reassuringly. Reassuredly. I let him listen to Teenagers by MCR on my iPod while I was about to go outside to find out some things. I gave Diablo a signal to keep Satan occupied. Satan fell asleep. I took the iPod. I was about to walk outside. Professor Sinister ran in! 1111. She was wearing a gothic block mini-dress with depressing block stripes, white and block strip types, and red Converse shoes. She was wearing lots of block illiner.
Oh my fucking god, where's Draco? 1111. How did Snap get back here? To hot he was in Azerbaijan.
In Azerbaijan. I understand. Oh god. I was I had to pronounce it like that one time, and she actually goes and does it anyway. Fucking hell. I don't know, Kazi. I don't know. We're not far to go now. Sorry about this, Quips. Ebony, I was so worried about you, but I know you can't fucking die because you're a vampire. Snape came back because I'd kill Brittany, feed him. I never liked her. She was a bad student. Trevor said reassuredly.
Bitch!
1-1.
Did she also free Hagrid and Lupin?
I shouted angrily. I hated Brittany because she was a fucking prep. Yes, they are on the loose at this school. Dumbledore is back. Cornelia is on his way to help everyone. Tell everyone you see to lock themselves in the conman room, Trevor said worriedly.
Okay. Okay, but where's Draco? How come he was doing it with Snap?
I don't know why, but I know he almost tried to commit suicide after he saw you almost kill yourself, she said.
Oh my god, that's terrible,
I gasped. Satan was still asleep, so he couldn't tell what was going on. Then I said,
listen, everyone, I have something I'm impotent to do. In HR, everyone stay.
With that, I ran out. Good work, Tara. 1-1. Everyone cried. I ran sexily down the stairs into that great hall while the portraits looked around me, looked at me scaredly. There was hardly anyone else in the stairs, and there was an atmosphere of horror. On the way, I saw Brittany laughing on the stairs. She was wearing a sweaty pink shirt with flowers on it, a blue jean skirt, Abercrombie and pink stilettos. She looked just like a pentagram of those fucking preps, Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan.
You fucking bitch! 111?
I shouted angrily. No, you're totally a bitch. Now Voldemort will totally kill you, she laughed.
Crucius!
I shouted selectively, pontificating my black wand and she started screaming because she was being tortured, and I laughed sadistically.
No! One, help me, one, please!
One, Brittany screamed terrifiedly. I put up my middle finger at her. In her hand, I saw the video camera Snape and Lumpin had used to take the video of me. I put the tape of Voldemort doing it with Hedwig onto it. Then I continued to round down the stairs with the camera. When I reached that great hall, I saw Vampire Potter.
OMG, Vampira! One.
I yielded. We hugged each other happily. He looked at me with his gothic red eyes and spiky black hair. Around them were black eyeliner and eyeshadow. Ooh, new Apple product there. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, leather pants, a Panic at the Disco concert shirt, and his black Converse shoes. He looked more like Joel from Good Charlotte than ever. Bracket. Did you hear the song Da River? It rocks! One. End bracket. I was so worried about you. I was so worried you died, moaned Vampire.
I know, but I'm a vampire, lol. When I woke up, I was back in 1980. So anyway, I brought Voldemort from where he was young with me. Where's Draco?
I asked spuriously. Draco? You mean the fucking poser who betrayed you? Vampire snarkled with anger in his sexy voice.
I know, but we have to fight him!
I said, Smarty. I'll do it then, Harry said angstily.
Okay.
I agreed. Suddenly, all the lights in the room went out. And then, that dork mark appeared. Oh my fucking Satan, Harry shouted.
I think Voldemort has arrived, I said anxiously. Fuck, I have to find Draco. I guess we should separate.
Okay, Vampire said, deapparating. Sadly, I ran into the Great Hall. Chapter 43. A.N. Go on. I think after this I will have about 2 or 3 more chapters. Thanks all to all my reviews, not das flamers. If you flamed this story, then you suck. 1. If you flammed, then fuck you. 1. I walked sexily into the great hall. It was empty except for one person. Draco was there. He sat there in deadly bloom in his black 666 t-shirt and his buggy black pants. He had slit his wrists. 1. I felt mad at him for having sex with Snape, but I felt sorry for him. He looked just like Gerard Way with his red eyes and pale white face.
Draco, are you okay?
He asked. I'm not okay, he screamed depressedly. I thought of the MCR song and I got even more depressed because that song always makes me cry. I gave him a pot cigarette and he started to smoke it.
Oh, Draco, why did you do it with that fucking bastard Snape?
I asked tearfully. Draco began to say, but suddenly Lupin and Mr. Norris appeared into the room. They didn't see us. I'm so glad me and Snape were freed, said Lupin. Damn, this job would be great if it wasn't for that fucking students, Mr. Norris agreed.
Pop alum!
1. I yielded angrily, pointing my wand at them. No one, Lupin shouted as chains came onto him. Mr. Norris ran away.
You fucking perv!
I said, laughing with depths of evil and depressedness in my voice.
Now you have to tell us where Voldemort is, or I'm going to torture you.
I don't know where he is. 1, said Lupin. Suddenly, Satan and Vampire ran into their room. Vampire didn't know who Satan was really. Oh my Satan, we were so worried about you guys, Vampire said. I looked sexually at Draco with his gothic red eyes with contacts, black t-shirt that said 666 on it, and pale skin like Gerard Way. Vampire with his sexy black hair and red eyes just like Frank Iero. And Satan who looked just like Brandon Uri then. I selectively took the caramel from my pocket. And then I began Frenching Draco sexily. Lupin gasped. Draco began to take all of his clothes off, and I could see his white sex pack. Then Vampire took his own clots off too. We all began making out together sexily. I took off my black leather bra, my block waist thong, and the rest of my clothes. Everyone took their glocks out except for me, I'm a Gil Low.
Oh my, Satan, Draco!
I screamed as he put his harness in my thingy. Then he did the same thing to Harry. I began making out with Satan and he joined in. OMS! 1111! Cried Vampire.
Oh, Vampire!
I screamed.
Oh, Satan!
I'm sorry. Oh, Satan! Yelled Harry in pleasure. Lupin watched in shock. We took turns doing torture curses on him because we were all sadists. Suddenly, a big black car that said 666 on the license plate flew straight through the windows, and Snap was in it! 1-1. Final chapter. Chapter 44. AN. Well, I have nothing to say but EF-RT1 stop glamming, okay, 111. In any gothic people are reading this, then you rock. 1-1. OMG, I still can't wait for the movie. Tom Fletton is so hot low, I hope Harry will become gothic cause my friend told me he is really emo in this book. 1111. OMFG, I'm leaving W pretty soon, can't wait. This will probably be the last chapter until I come back. That's my car! Shouted Draco angrily. But suddenly it was reveled who was in the car. It was Snape! Yes, you said that in the last chapter, I believe. I shall free you, Lupin, but first you must help me kill these idiotic dunderheads, he said cruelly from the car as it flew, circumcising above us. Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway must be killed. Then the Dark Lord shall never die. You fucking prep, yelled Draco. Then he looked at me sadly. I forgot to tell you, Ebony. Snape made me do it with him. I didn't really have sex him, but he's a rapist. We all put on our clothes quickly except Satan. We were so scarred. 1. But Satan didn't change. Instead he changed into a man with gren eyes, no nose, a grey robe, and white skin. He had changed into Voldemort. 111. I knew who thou were all along, he cackled evilly and sarcastically at me. Now I shall kill you thee all. Thunder came in the room. No, please don't kill us, pleaded Vampire. Suddenly, Willow, Bloody Mary, Diabolo, Ginny, Dracula, Fred and Gorge. Our hive is under attack. Hagrid, McGonagall, Dumbledore, Sirius, and Lucian all ran in. What is the meaning of this? Dumbledore asked all angrily, and Voldemort looked away. Bracket. Because Dumbledore is the only wizard he is scared of. End bracket. He did a spell, and suddenly his broomstick came to him sexily. Voldemort flew above the roof evilly on his broomstick. Oh my gosh! Slugborn gasped. Bracket, get it cause I'm gothic. End bracket. The Dark Lord shall kill all of you. Then you must submit to him. Snape ejaculated menacingly. You fucking preppy fags! Sirius shouted angrily. I know a four-letter word for dirt. Crucius! Screamed Harry, but the sparks from his wand only hit Draco's car. It fell down, Snap quickly crawled out of it and picked up the video camera.
Oh my fucking god! One.
I cried because the video of me in the bathroom, the video of me dong it with Draco, and the video of Satan doing it with... If you kill me, then these videos will be shown to everyone in the school. Then you can be just like that gothic girl, Paris Hilton. He laughed meanly.
No!
I screamed.
FYI, I have that picture of you doing it with Lupin. 1-1.
What's she talking about? Lupin slurped as he sat in chains. I saw too. She's gonna show everyone the picture. 111. Harry shouted angrily. Shut up! 111. Lumpkin roared. Foolish ignoramuses, yielded Voldemort from his broomstick. Thou shalt all die soon. Think again, you fucking muggle poser. 1, Harry yelled, and then he and Diablo and Naval took out black guns. But Voldemort took out his own one.
You guys are in a Latin standoff! Latin standoff! 111,
I shouted, parriedly. Echo Neville's wand! 1-1. Cried Voldemort, and Andy suddenly Neville's wand was in his hands. Now I shall kill ye all, and Ebony you will die! 1-1-1-1-1. He made lighting come over the place. Save us, Ebony! Dumbledore cried. I cried sexily. I just wanted to go to the common room and slit my wrist with my friends while we watched Shark Attack 3 and Saw 2 and do it with Draco, but I knew I had to do something more impotent.
Abracadabra! 1-1-1-1-1!
I shooted. My Immortal, copyright 2008.